NBA Mock Draft Post-Lottery Edition is presented by Magic Spoon. If you love cereal, but you're like, man, it just has too much sugar, it's not good for me, Magic Spoon will change your life, just like it's changed ours, because it's healthy, high-protein cereal with zero sugar. Get $5 off at magicspoon.com/chat. We'll get a link in the comments and in the description as well, where you can get $5 off. Quick run-through of the lottery results, 1 through 14. The Pistons, big winners tonight, Chase. They get the number 1 pick. Rockets sit there at number 2. And then, the rest follow suit as you see it on screen. Cleveland, Toronto, Orlando, Oklahoma City, Golden State. And then 8 through 14, Orlando, Sacramento, New Orleans, Charlotte, San Antonio, Indiana, and the Golden State Warriors. By the way, Golden State, number 7 pick, that's from the Timberwolves. Orlando at number 8, they get that pick from the Chicago Bulls. And hey, let's show you the rest of the draft order while we're at it. The Wizards sit at number 15. The Thunder get 2 picks in the top 20 via Boston and Miami at 16 and 18. Memphis sandwich in there at 17. The Knicks at number 19 as well. 20 through 24, the Hawks at 20. The Knicks get that pick from the Porzingis trade, Chase, at 21. Lakers 22. Rockets with a pair of picks at 23 and at 24. Clippers 25, Nuggets 26, Nets 27, and then 28 through 30. The 76ers, the Suns, and the Utah Jazz. And Chase, you've been cooking up this mock draft post-lottery edition. We'll focus on the top 14 picks for tonight's purposes. But you kick things off in obvious fashion. That's Cade Cunningham to Detroit.
Yeah, the consensus number 1 player in this draft, and Cade Cunningham has the opportunity to be a generational player for the Detroit Pistons as they try to get back to the glory days that you saw in the early 2000s. He was outstanding with the Oklahoma State Cowboys this past season. This is a guy who's excellent in the open floor. He can kind of facilitate offense with his back to the basket, but also extend his offense out to the perimeter as well and knock down shots from beyond the arc. This is an all-around offensive player who has the potential to be a generational superstar.
You're sticking with your big board here. Jalen Green goes number 2 overall. He played with the G League Ignite this year.
Yeah, Evan Mobley could have gone here. I just don't think the Houston Rockets are going to take Mobley. I don't think they need a front court player. Jalen Green is the guy here because any given night he can go off for 30 points. He was outstanding with the G League Ignite from a scoring perspective. Reminds me a lot of Zach LaVine and Bradley Beal athletically and also his ability to put the biscuit in the basket. This is a guy who's going to remind you a lot of Anthony Edwards. There's going to be some great nights. There's going to be some frustrating nights, but the potential is certainly there.
We talked Cade Cunningham going number 1. Should he go number 1? I think he definitely should. I think he's the best player in this draft. Let us know what you guys think. Type Y for yes, type N for no. We'll go ahead and make this the pinned comment on today's video. Should Cade Cunningham go number 1 overall? At number 3, Evan Mobley to the Cleveland Cavaliers as the Cavs secured the number 3 pick.
It is a no-brainer for the Cavs to go with Evan Mobley here. And if I'm running the Cavaliers, I'm keeping Colin Sexton, I'm keeping Darius Garland, and I'm drafting Evan Mobley. If you could cook up and make a modern-day big man that is perfect for the style of the NBA that currently exists, Evan Mobley is your guy. And as he continues to extend his offensive game to the perimeter and knock down three-pointers, he has the potential to be a Chris Bosh-like player. He can realistically guard 1 through 5. He locked down opposing guards on other teams last year. Evan Mobley is a stud, and I think he fits perfectly in with Cleveland.
At number 4, Jalen Suggs. I know a player you're very high on. I am as well. Impressive in the NCAA tournament. Has the intangibles. Fits really right in with what the Raptors are all about.
So you're going to lose Kyle Lowry, it looks like, in NBA free agency, right? Because he's going to demand anywhere between $20 and $30 million. He's going to ring chase. You replace him with Jalen Suggs, who helped lead Gonzaga to a national championship last year. The shooting numbers were just okay. He shot 50% from the floor. He was just an okay three-point shooter. He's got leadership qualities, though. He can be the face of your franchise. He's a guy who other players like to really rally around. And what better player to replace Kyle Lowry, who has some of those kind of qualities, than Jalen Suggs? This is going to be the pick for the Raptors, I believe, and it's a perfect one at that.
To round out your top 5, and then we'll go to 6 through 14, obviously. Davion Mitchell out of Baylor, good two-way talent, probably needs to fine-tune his offensive game a bit, but just a dog defensively.
So many flashes of Donovan Mitchell. They have the same last name. They wore number 45. Donovan Mitchell obviously wears 45 for the Jazz, but the shiftiness and Davion Mitchell's ability to kind of get wherever he wants on the floor by being that shifty player who can sidestep and hit step-back threes really reminds me a lot of Donovan Mitchell, and I think he just fits seamlessly on that Orlando Magic roster. You have some concerns about Markelle Fultz after he tore that ACL. He can either play the 1 or 2, so too can Davion Mitchell. So I think that's a great pick here for Davion to go to the Magic at number 5 as they continue to rebuild as well.
We told you guys today's show is presented by Magic Spoon. We've partnered up with these guys because, hey, who doesn't love cereal and who doesn't love healthy cereal that tastes delicious? That's the perfect combination, Chase. I didn't even know this was even possible until Magic Spoon reached out to us.
13 grams of protein, no sugar, limited carbs, multiple flavors. I used to be pretty fat. I was like 215 pounds. I'm now down to 180. I was sitting home late at night, always just killing bowls of cereal, and because there's so many carbs and that nasty sugar, I ballooned and got really fat. Then I eliminated cereal from my diet until I came across Magic Spoon, which has really changed my life because now I can eat cereal and I don't feel like crap in doing so. Low carbs, high protein, it's sweet and delicious. They use natural flavors, non-GMO as well. So Harrison and I are on board with Magic Spoon because it's a healthy alternative and really it's cereal for adults.
My wife's gluten intolerant, can't have it. Magic Spoon is right up her alley. She's a huge fan of them, and plus tons of great flavors too. Cocoa, peanut butter, fruity, whatever it is, Magic Spoon is going to have it. Get $5 off your first order, magicspoon.com/chat. We'll have a link in the description and comments as well that you can click on to get $5 off. We'll pick up the pace a little bit here as we get outside the top 5. You got Jonathan Kuminga out of the Ignite once again, Oklahoma City at number 6.
This is a wing who has boatloads of potential. The shot really concerns me, though. With the G League Ignite and the NBA G League bubble, he shot less than 30% from distance. But the physical prowess is certainly there. He's like 6'9". He can guard every position on the floor. And if he does develop that three-point shot, because he shot 24.5% last year in the G League, this guy can be an absolute problem. I think he figures nicely into OKC's plans. You look at Green, you look at Kuminga, both guys played for the Ignite last year, elected not to go to college. These guys have the potential to be perennial all-stars. Both have to develop in their own way, but Kuminga, the potential is certainly there because athletically, he has it all.
Golden State was a big winner on draft lottery night, and because they get the Timberwolves pick and number 14 coming up too, they get Scottie Barnes out of Florida State, according to your mock draft.
I think just getting a defensive wing here is good for the Warriors. And honestly, this could allow you to trade Andrew Wiggins if you do please. 6'9", 6'10" for Scottie Barnes, has a 7'2" wingspan, an excellent defender. He's an awful shooter, but the Warriors really develop players nicely. I think Barnes could be the next player they do develop nicely.
At number 8 to the Magic, Keon Johnson, this pick, by the way, from Chicago, which had their first-round pick top 4 protected. They did not move up, so the Magic get it. Keon Johnson out of Tennessee.
What a draft haul for the Magic if you get Davion Mitchell and you get Keon Johnson. Nice. Both guys are so athletic, so that immediately translates to the NBA level. Keon Johnson has pogo sticks for legs. He's a tremendous athlete. The shot, the free throws are going to need to get better. And during the NBA playoffs, we've seen that guys at the charity stripe, it's been an epidemic. So you have to get better there. Hopefully Keon Johnson does. And if he does, could be a very, very solid player at number 8.
Chase and I are hoping to bring you more NBA draft coverage, and obviously we'll be live for the draft. We'll have some more videos. But if you want to even ramp it up even more, I know we want to, but hey, it's stiff competition at Chat Sports on what type of videos we do. You want more NBA draft coverage? Subscribe now. We get, say, 150 plus new subscribers from this mock draft. I promise you, we're going to do some more NBA draft videos for you guys. So hit that subscribe button. Don't miss any of our coverage. And if you want more, pump it up, subscribe, and that'll increase our draft coverage here at Chat Sports. One of my favorite players in the draft, Alperen Sengun, who was the Turkish League MVP, the top league in Turkey this year, just 18 years old, going to Sacramento.
Look, you missed out on Trae Young. You missed out on Luka Doncic. The good news for Kings fans, you have some pieces to build with. You have De'Aaron Fox. I love Tyrese Halliburton. You need a big man, right?
Yep.
Now you get that in Alperen Sengun. If he falls to the Kings here, I think they have to pull the trigger here. He was the Turkish League MVP at 18 years old, and during that season, north of 19 points per game, almost averaging a double-double per. If he's able also to develop an outside shot, Alperen Sengun can be an absolute problem, and I just love the fit to Sacramento here.
To round out the top 10 before we finish the lottery mock at 11 through 14, Sengun number 9 to Sacramento. Corey Kispert, the sniper from 3 out of Gonzaga, going to New Orleans.
His shooting splits last year with Gonzaga were filthy, and you need to surround Zion Williamson with bucket getters and with shooters. And that's what Kispert is. He was an elite three-point shooter last year, and with Zion playing the dunker spot, the point forward role, sometimes even point guard, start surrounding him with shooters, make him happy. I know his family isn't happy about being in New Orleans. You know what will make him happy? Good players and wins. You can get on that track with Corey Kispert.
Before we finish up our mock, we still have 11 through 14 to go, so don't go anywhere. Who's your favorite NBA draft prospect? Obviously, Cunningham's probably the best one, but maybe you have a favorite one. I like Davion Mitchell, for example.
Yeah, good news coming out of tonight for Detroit. Cade Cunningham only plans to visit one team. It's going to be the Detroit Pistons. He expects to go there.
11 through 14, Franz Wagner, the younger brother of Mo Wagner, he goes to Charlotte at number 11 as they try to build around LaMelo Ball.
I thought the Hornets were one of the best stories in the NBA this past year. You got LaMelo Ball at the 1, you have Gordon Hayward, you have Terry Rozier, you have Malik Monk. How about another shooter who can play at the wing spot, who's lengthy and tall? Franz Wagner kind of fits that profile. Imagine just surrounding Ball with shooters.
That's what you should do.
And just letting him use that just incredible passing ability. Really like the future of the Charlotte Hornets.
Who's the most slept-on prospect? Because there's a lot of firepower at the top, but I think there's some real depth here that people are maybe sleeping on. Who stands out to you? Also, you guys can let us know down in the comments.
Maybe it's Mitchell, Davion Mitchell. If not, Alperen Sengun, or maybe our next guy coming up at number 12.
Ooh, I like that. That's a tease in this business.
Yes,
Number
sir.
12, Jalen Johnson out of Duke. Opted out late in the year, was up and down under Coach K, but has some real upside. You have him going to San Antonio.
Thought about going international here because the Spurs have had a lot of
It's the United
luck
Nations down in San Antonio.
drafting and kind of grooming and developing international players. I think they go for the high upside pick here in Jalen Johnson, and they do try to develop him out of Duke. Obviously, he opted out. That was a big story. People are like, how can you quit on Coach K and what turned out to be his last season? Look, he's trying to secure the bag
Second
and
to
get ready
last.
for the NBA.
Coach K coming back for
combine.
one more.
That's what I meant, yeah. But Jalen Johnson, very, very streaky last year at Duke.
Yep.
But if you develop him nicely, which Pop can do, he could be a great value selection here at number 12 to San Antonio.
At number 13 to Indiana, Josh Giddey played in Australia this year.
Time to hit the reset button for the Indiana Pacers. You have some good pieces with Malcolm Brogdon, Domantas Sabonis. You have Miles Turner. Maybe he gets traded this offseason. But you hit the reset button, and you take Josh Giddey here.
Should not have fired Nate McMillan.
Who's got great size, right? And at that size, passes the ball like Ben Simmons. And it's funny because he's coming to the States from Australia like Ben Simmons did as well before he went to LSU. Take your time with this prospect. Develop him at a slow rate. But man, his passing ability at the point forward or point guard spot reminds me totally of Ben Simmons. And let's be honest, people are dragging Simmons right now because he didn't show up in the NBA playoffs. He has been a good player. Josh Giddey can be that type of guy as well.
I love this last pick to Golden State. Just a hooper, Moses Moody out of Arkansas.
Straight up hooper who just straight up gets buckets.
Yep.
And I think he figures nicely into the Warriors' plans as a guy who, in addition to Jordan Poole, can light a fire and be a spark with that second unit.
They need bench scoring
They
in
need
a
bench
major
scoring,
way.
and they need creators.
Yep.
Jordan Poole can be that guy. Moses Moody can potentially be even better than him. Really like Moody sneaking into the back half of the lottery here.
So there you go. There's Chase's post-lottery mock draft. We'll certainly have a full first-round mock at some point soon. Remember, subscribe if you want more NBA draft coverage. Grade the mock draft, A, B, C, D, or F. Let us know how you feel about this one. Hey, it's democracy here at Chat Sports.
Be honest, too.
If you think we suck, give us an F. If you think we're awesome, give us an A. If you think we're average, give us a C. That's how it works here. A, B, C, D, or F. Grade this mock draft.